Hello and welcome to Tech News. My name is Adria Kirewi. Let's take a look at the headlines. Flutterwave receives new payment license and plans IPO amidst regulatory challenges. Technology now contributes more than oil to Nigeria's GDP. And Nigerian digital bank Kuda is the latest African startup to lay off employees. Details shortly after. Thank you for staying tuned. Kindly like, share and subscribe to the channel. Now the news in detail. Nigerian payment unicorn Flutterwave has secured a switching and processing license from the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), according to a statement. This high-profile license will allow it to facilitate transactions between financial service providers, merchants, customers and other stakeholders without intermediaries. This license will also allow it to offer new services such as transaction switching, card processing, non-bank acquiring, agency banking and payment gateway services. The company's Chief Regulatory and Government Affairs Officer, Oluwabankole Falade, also acknowledged the rigorous process of acquiring the said license. The application process was very rigorous and included a detailed review of operations as the business goes. Its Chief Financial Officer, Onil Hambani, had said that the company will use funds from the stock exchange listing to expand operations in its existing markets and enter new ones in Africa. The company's founder and CEO, Olugbenga Agboola, also agreed with that and said that building a thriving payment ecosystem in Nigeria, the Africa's largest economy, is in line with our goals of developing a world-class and secure payment infrastructure for global merchants and payment service providers across the continent. According to the recent gross domestic product reports by the National Bureau of Statistics, the Information and Communications Technology (ICT) sector contributed 18.44% to Nigeria's GDP in the second quarter of 2022. The sector saw a 6.55% growth rate from the first quarter of 2022. The non-oil sector was driven mainly by telecoms, trade, financial institutions, transportation, agriculture and manufacturing. The report also showed that economic activities picked up around telecoms and trade services after the COVID-19 pandemic and government regulations on SIM-NIN integration. Minister of Communications and Digital Economy Issa Pantami said in a note that ICT leading the pack is a development in line with the federal government's commitment to developing the digital economy through the implementation of the National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy (NDEPS). And finally, the challenger bank based in Nigeria and the UK has joined the ranks of tech companies in Africa that are pruning their workforce. The news of the layoffs, which was first disclosed to TechCrunch by sources, was confirmed by Kuda via email, saying it laid off less than 5% of its 450-strong workforce, or about 23 people. The company's numbers are small compared to other layoffs that have taken place within Africa's tech ecosystem over the past few months, especially among startups that have raised vast sums of venture capital within the last 2 years. The company, having raised more than $90 million in total from investors such as Vala Ventures, Target Global, is also planning expansion outside Africa to Pakistan. It recently hired Pavel Christodoulou, an ex-Think Off executive, as its global chief operating officer, and also Elena Lavezzi, a former Revolut executive in Europe, as chief strategy officer to oversee efforts in this regard and also grow its over 4 million customer base. And that will be all for now on Tech News. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. My name is Adria Kirewi.